CHICKEN. Use the code chicken in the shop. CHICKEN. Use the code chicken.
Guys, the chicken is here, back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we have you covered for everything coming next in Season 19. Oh man, it's a lot to unpack. So I'm going to stress again, guys, if you need up-to-date, to-the-minute information, make sure you join the Discord server. Better yet, become a member of the channel, and we will get you into the private room within the Discord server, where we're going to get you all the info, everything you need, this 24/7 the second you need it. So, that being said, also make sure to subscribe, use the code chicken in the shop, and we'll get you covered for Season 19 here as well. So, let's go over the tech tree first. So here's basically the plan. Now, if we want to look ahead for a second, basically what we want to get to, if we really look ahead, we can see the, like way down the road, we can see the seekers down here. We actually have seekers before we have the first building health node. So that's kind of the pace that we want to set. Now, obviously, there's a lot of work to do before we get there. And what I found to be very helpful is to unlock and upgrade defenses, especially the single target ones. The biggest ones being boom cannons and boom mines. That's going to put you ahead right away. The next thing we want to get is going to be bullet. And I'm also going to get the building damage as well, as we work our way towards the troop damage, the smoke, and, of course, barrage. So the aim for right now is to get to barrage. I'm going to pick up some other stuff on the way just because it is a shorter season. Everyone has less stars. So it's important not to skip ahead too much and skip over something that's going to be helpful. So here's the base. The base is solid. I just switched to it, so don't disregard the log. So this is actually the current global #1's base. I'm not going to scroll all the way up there, but you guys can see for yourself. And yeah. So I was at number 5 in Canada. We're at 31, so we dropped a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, so let's go over the attacks. Now, I'm actually going to show you guys this guy's replay on my base, because he attacked it very well. He still didn't get a great time, but this is the idea. So we want to start off with 5 heavies and brick on the one side. And then we simply flare and use battle orders onto this engine up here. Now, this is the same for every base that you're going to see. It depends where the mines are, where your second flare is, and your second flare is very important. So you'll see right here, he takes down this engine, then immediately flares right up into this area. So the whole point of that flare is just to avoid the other mines. Now, as you're doing this, you're dropping your last 3 boats of heavies over on this side. So even if brick goes down, it's okay. We'll use some shocks to cover ourselves and then go in. And then as this engine goes down over here, that's when we flare onto this engine over here with the rest of the troops. So it doesn't get the greatest time in the world, but it's the, if you find that you're fizzling a lot, if you're going against guys like my base that have a lot of defenses and mines and stuff, that's going to be the way. That's going to be the way around it, really. Because we don't have a whole lot of options. Mechs are useless. Zookas are good, but they're a bit slow. So this is kind of how we are doing things at the moment. Alright, so let's go. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brick. And let's get a nice early battle orders. We're going to go straight up here. And right around the time that they lock onto that engine room, that's when we want to throw out these guys. And then we'll quickly flare over here. And we'll try to shock some stuff out of the way. Then we'll flare down this way, just like that. And we'll see if we got enough juice in the caboose to figure it out. Oh, man. So it looks like they are going to fizzle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flare these guys down. Just in hopes that we can clear this engine at least. Which we should be able to do. But we'll see. Now, if this happens, it's very important to just... like, I'm not going to go up and try to go for the engine room. What I am going to do is I'm going to make sure that I clear some more defenses out of the way. And I'm just going to up my percentage. Because I think this guy's going to fizzle on my base as well. So we'll see right here. It's going to be very close. It looks, he might be doing the same thing. Because this is taking a very long time. This could go either way at this point. But, okay. As long as our engine doesn't go down, we're going to be fine. I think he's doing the exact same thing that we are, so it's going to be a bit boring, but it's got to be done. So next we're going to move up to this boom cannon. I'll let him shoot at me once, and then we're going to go ahead with the shock. Okay, they went for that cannon. Interesting. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and retreat, and let's see what happened. It's going to come down to percentage, like I said, and we got him. We got him. Okay, so that's what we got to do. Now let's take a look at the replay. Okay, so he went for an all heavy rush. Now I'll show you why this doesn't work anymore. This is what I was using to get into iron, and it worked fine for a little bit, but it's kind of phased out now with all the mines and all the defenses that people have. And like I said before, there's not really an alternate troop right now. Like, the meta is just straight heavies for the most part. You can use Zukas to split drop. You know, it depends on the base. Sometimes, you know, if he's got the base there where it's one engine here, one here, and then like one over here, sometimes you could just drop 2 boats of Zukas there, take out that engine, and then heavy rush the other 2. That sometimes works, but yeah, it's very tough to get it's very tough to get through this minefield, and especially with all of the other defenses that we have around. So it forces him to flare up this way, walk through the boom mines, and then just like what happened to us before, there's not a ton of juice left to take down the engine. So that's good. That's good. That's what we want to see. All right, let's get into another one here. See if we can clean up the attacks a little bit. It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, if you can find bases that aren't well set up, you can pick them apart by simply just flaring all heavies, which I think is exactly what I'm going to do right here. So this is the alternate thing. So we can go... Now, if you're going to use all heavies and brick, I try to throw brick out towards the middle. And we just want to make sure... that we keep brick in kind of the middle of the pack. Now, it's not the end of the world to flare up like this, because remember, the heavies are going to stay very tight to that wall. They are going to come out and eat some boom mines, but I'll show you a kind of a way around that a little bit. Okay, then we're just going to flare right through, I think. Let the lead boats, the heavies. Oh, we got so many mines to walk over. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Now watch brick right here. Now, you see, brick is very important to keep alive. Obviously, 1 for battle orders, and 2, her grenade shot. It does a ton of damage. So, as soon as brick switches targets, she throws out her grenade, and that does a pretty good amount of damage. So, that base wasn't set up properly where I was going to fizzle, so we were able to just rush it with all heavies. Now, another thing I want to talk about, this season, where's Chicken now? This season is very interesting because since we're at such low ranks, we can have a 50% win percentage and still be increasing, because you notice when you lose attacks and you're in stone or iron or whatever, you're only losing like 4 to 6 stars per attack. So you can lose the attack, win an attack, lose the attack, win the attack, and you're actually up 4 or 5 stars or whatever the math is there. So you can actually, I really like the star reset because you can actually progress simply by playing, and you know, obviously not going on a huge losing streak. Then you're gonna be down stars, but I really like that about this season. Yeah, so there's that, and then there's Brick's grenade. I really wanted to touch on because I feel like those are 2 very important things. All right, so let's do one more attack before we wrap things up, and we'll see what we can do here. Okay, so this is the base that we saw. You know, this is closer to my base. So this actually is, I think, pretty much the exact same layout. So what we're going to do here is 5 heavies and brick, flare to this engine, flare behind, well, actually, we'll flare behind that mortar in that corner, shock, flare down to the engine, and then we're going to try to pick off the rest with those heavies there. So we're going to go up like this. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm not worried about using battle orders in like optimal times in terms of speed. It's more so now in terms of damage. Like, I want to get through this area very, very quickly. Okay. And then we're going to go like that. And 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to shock again. Come on, boys. Come on. Ah, it's so tricky. Well, I'll let them do their thing there. We'll take down this engine next. And this is going to be a grind fest like the first battle was. So, I mean, it's hit and miss. It's tough to hit these bases. So he got the first 2 engines down. I don't know what's going to happen here. But let's see. Now, I probably could have made a run at this engine because I had enough troops left over for it. Okay, let's just start to flare the weakest stuff. And then, you know, obviously as soon as... if my last engine does go down, then we're just going to retreat. But it's very important to not get discouraged like we showed you in the first attack. You know, it will happen sometimes where we're just playing for percentage like it looks like we're doing again right now. Shock here. And we want to get every last little bit that we can out of this guy. I think these cannons are going to be a little bit much. The max cannons have some pretty good health on them. So if we can get one more down, we'll get another shock. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. And we'll see right here. So I don't know, I guess. So if this happens, you see the attack, the engine's not going down, but he hasn't retreated. That means that he fizzled. That means that he died, and he just didn't hit retreat. So it's going to come down to percentage again, and we should... yeah, we're going to take it away again. So that happens. Make sure that you're taking down as many extra buildings as you can, because that's the most important thing. So there we go. There we go. That's what we got for today, guys. Again, make sure you hit up the Discord, subscribe to the channel, and use the code CHICKEN in the shop if you are picking up instant training, especially if this video helped you out, as I do appreciate that help support the channel. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you find it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you next one, guys. Chicken out. Back.